Manchester United. Welcome to the Ggmu podcast. The last time we talked about our match we had against West Ham, which we defeated. So now, on that same day the episode was uploaded, we had a match against Aston Villa, and unfortunately we lost the match again. So now we'll be analyzing the statistics, going through what happened through the match. So possession of the ball with 60%, we had 28 shots, 21 chances created, 2 big chances, 313 accurate passes, 77% pass success. We had 9 fouls, 5 corners and 2 offside. I think with these statistics, with the shots we had, we could have at least netted one. I guess the players were just trying their luck because we had 11 shots off target. That means they weren't focused on the goalpost. Just wanted to play the shot and they just wanted to try to score or try to impact the game. We had more passes than the visitors, 313 passes, and they had 107 passes. We dominated the game in our own half and in the opposition half. We had more passes in their own half also, because we had 149 passes and they had 100. We had 49 passes, more than those visitors, the Aston Villas, and 1 more draws than against them. We had more dribbles and they had the save because we were the one threatening them. We had the playing ball, unable to convert those plays to goals, which was very unfortunate. And I feel very sad for Ronaldo because the team started well actually from the beginning of the season, and it was a motivation boost to the man. And at least we've seen I was pouring goals until now that isn't scoring anymore. And the bad thing is there's nobody assisting him with the goals, because if there are other team players who are also determined and they are chasing goals, at least that will be a boost to his playing also, because you feel, oh wow, we are winning games. So that means you have to put in more effort to try to impress. So now we'll be talking about our next match against Villarreal tomorrow, which will be in the Champions League. After we've lost our first match against Young Boys, we lost the match 2-1 prior to the fact that Wan-Bissaka was handed red card in the game, so it opened our defense, so they were able to use their chance. And we will be facing Villarreal. We all know Villarreal, like they were the one that made us unable to claim our second Europa League title last season. So now we'll be facing them again in the group stage, and we are actually looking forward to that match and hoping and wishing the best to our team. So now we'll be looking and reading the articles, what the blog are saying about our team. They say daunting fixtures list over next 6 weeks with test United major trophy credentials. So let's go right into it. It says when the fixture list for the Premier League was announced in June, Manchester United opening set of games looked considerably favourable compared to some of our rivals. With us being 1 point off the pace, we are in the league title race as it stands. But the next 6 weeks up until the November international break are going to have a huge bearing on our major trophy credentials. 4 of our games so far this season have come against sides that are currently in the bottom 7 of the league table. Our toughest challenges goes of the league table have been West Ham and Aston Villa, in which we lost to. In comparison, the likes of Manchester City and Chelsea have had a much more daunting set of opening games. But it's going to be a case of roles very much reversed over the next 6 weeks. There's going to be no margin for error in any of our next 8 matches. Villarreal on Wednesday would welcome Rafael Benitez Everton, who have the same number of Premier League points as us, that's 13 points, to Old Trafford on Saturday in what is the last match before the October international break. We will travel to the FA Cup and Community Shield winners Manchester City for our first match following the international break, which would be when Marcus Rashford returns. Very glad, man. We then welcome Atalanta and the small matter of Liverpool to Old Trafford before finishing October with a trip to Tottenham. Our last 2 games before the November international break see us travel to Italy for our second group stage match against Atalanta before welcoming Pep Guardiola's City to the Theatre of Dreams on Bonfire Weekend. Following the Carabao Cup exit and defeat to Young Boys in Switzerland, United cannot afford to have many more lackluster displays, especially in the Champions League. Playing against our fierce rivals and teams vying to make the Champions League knockout stage out of back of one another could prove to be the ideal run of games we needed. There should be no danger of complacency, and one area that we have excelled in under Solskjaer has been our ability to come up triumph in big games. United going to the November international break, still only 1 point of the league leaders and in the top 2 positions of our Champions League group. Then the confidence and momentum we will have gained will be the perfect springboard going into the festive period. This is crunch time for Solskjaer men. Hopefully the squad pulls together and the quality shines through and decide big games for us. I really hope so, because we'll be having a very long series of games and we're facing very big teams, Tottenham, Man City. We're facing Atalanta also in the Champions League, and we know Atalanta has been a great contender in their league also, neatly. So that will be very tough for us, and we'll be expecting the players to also turn up for we the fans, because we'll be expecting the best for the team also. So now we're reading the second article, and that will be our last article for today's episode. And it said the case for Manchester United to go 3-5-2 against Villarreal. That's analyzing and seeing how the team rematch against Atalanta with the 3-5-2 formation. So Manchester United are hoping for good news regarding the injuries Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw sustained against Aston Villa at the weekend, with Aaron Wan-Bissaka unavailable due to suspension, the red card he had in our last match against Young Boys. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer faces the possibility of going to the Villarreal clash with 3 of his first choice back for defenders. Diego Dalot will come in for Wan-Bissaka, but if Shaw is ruled out, Telles, who made his first start of the season in the Carabao Cup defeat against West Ham, earned a recall. In Dalot and Telles, Solskjaer has 2 fullbacks who naturally enjoy the attacking side of their roles more than their defensive duties. Dalot has improved defensively, but on his first appearance of the season, Telles' defensive deficiencies were exposed. With a much changed backline who will be playing together for the first time, could Ole Gunnar Solskjaer be considering playing 3 at the back? The last time we played 3 at the back was the infamous loss away to Leipzig last December, which saw us crash out of the Champions League. Could 3-5-2 be the way Solskjaer goes? To give Dalot and Telles more protection, Solskjaer could well bring in Victor Lindelof and Eric Bailly, play that side of Rafa Varane, who will be making his first Champions League start for United. Playing with 3 centre-backs would allow the adventurous Telles and Dalot to play as wing-backs and have the license to get forward as often as they like. The Mathematics experience and ability to cover both Dalot and Telles could earn a recall in midfield. But then Solskjaer has the predicament of fitting in as many of these match winners as he possibly can into a changed system. If the Norwegian opt to go with 3-5-2 formation, Paul Pogba could drop back into midfield alongside the naturally defensive-minded Matic. No Fernandes, who will be determined to atone for his penalty miss at the weekend, will retain the number 10 role. The big question then would be who plays up front. Mason Greenwood has been electric this season and was the heart of every United against Villa. However, they could well start both Ronaldo and Cavani together at the expense of Greenwood, who could be used from the bench. That's a very smart one, because when Greenwood comes in, he will be fired in a game which is expected to be tight and with space being offered by the Spanish side likely to be at a premium. Solskjaer may opt to go with 2 of the deadliest penalty area finishers of the past decade. If Dalot and Telles are going to be whipping in crosses, and there's no better duo to have on the end of them than Cavani and Ronaldo. Their explosive movement will unnerve the Villarreal backline, and with Fernandes arriving late, we should fancy our chances of breaking down the Spanish side. It would be a bold move by Solskjaer to go with 3 at the back, but with the defensive issues he has, it could prove to be either a disaster or a masterstroke. Let's hope it's the latter, and our Champions League campaign is then back on track. So those are the articles for the day, and this last article, I think the writer was trying to talk about the way the best way he think Solskjaer could approach the game, and it's very reasonable approach, only for the fact that we cannot just trust the players in charge. I mean, Telles and Dalot, they might flop very bad, but I believe and trust their instinct, because they've lost at least 2 matches now against minors. So now they'll be fired up in this match to try to redeem themselves at least for the losses we've had over the weeks. So that will be the end of today's episode, and would love you, the listeners, to stay tuned and subscribe on any platform you're listening from in Red Devil, and see you in our next episode.